Hey guys, Happy New Year! Welcome back to the Urban Sewing Society. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Hi everyone, welcome to the Urban Sewing Society where we bring fashion and creativity to your neighborhood. My name is Jen and I am the Urban Sewist. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, please hit that subscribe button below and click on that bell so that you can get an update every time I release a new video. Okay, so this week's video is about a week late, but that's okay. I still think you're gonna enjoy it. I wanted to share with you all of the items that I designed and upcycled from 2021. After a final count, I realized that there were over 60 items that I created last year. So my goal is to increase that this year, believe it or not. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna have 60 upcycles that I'll be bringing to you, because some of the pieces that I created this year were for other people. They were for customers. They were for fashion shows. I do anticipate doing a few more shows, but I do want to at least bring 40 new upcycles to you this year. So that's my goal, and I'm gonna do my best to get there. When I talk about upcycles, this is going to be items that I created from something that was already made, or items from fabrics that I've sourced from places here in Chicago like Zero Landfill, or if people give me fabrics, which so many people have given me fabrics, unbelievable. I've had to give away fabric. I had so much. So that's what I mean by upcycling, is that those items are going to come from either my own private stash that I've had for years and years, and people are still giving me clothes because hashtag Jen wants your clothes. And so I'm so excited about that, and I cannot wait for the creative pieces that are gonna come out of this. So actually this week I'm working on something that I wanna share with you a few weeks down the road. I'm trying it out first, and then I will recreate it and record it and bring it to you and show you how to create it. So I'm really excited about this year. I'm excited about bringing to you some new content, some new upcycles, and giving you lots of ideas for projects. And please, please, please tag me on your social media so that I can see what you're creating. I would love to see that. Speaking of tagging me on your creations, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Urban Sewing Society and on Instagram at Urban Sewing Society. On Facebook, I also have an online sewing group where we share some ideas, and you can get updates on my sewing classes. In fact, I am doing a 2-day class in February. So if you're here in Chicago and you want to take that 2-day class, it is a beginner sewing class, and I'm so excited about it because we're going to go over all the basics, and you'll leave with maybe 2, for sure 1, but possibly 2 completed projects at the end of the class. So some people get into the class and they have this natural ability to just jump in and create these beautiful things so quickly, and some folks takes a little bit longer, but it's sure to be a fun weekend. It's all day Saturday and all day Sunday, and I will push that information out on my Instagram page. So please be sure to follow me on Instagram. All right, so let's get into these upcycles from 2021. Hope you enjoy. I started off the year with upcycling men's suits, and I entered the Sustainable Fashion Week Zero Waste contest, and these 2 items were upcycled men's suits that I entered for the competition, and that's what made me get it to the semifinals. I did not do a tutorial. However, I did provide a tutorial for this patch skirt, and then I played around with a patchwork skirt that I sewed the patches on top instead of stitching each one of them together. And I will have a video for that. This was a particular jacket that I made for a customer, and this shrug you saw on my Instagram. This kimono jacket I did as a sew along. I sent out a advertisement through Eventbrite, and many of you logged on. This jean jacket was great. I actually made 3 of these. And then you saw my tutorial where I took a camo jacket and a blazer along with a denim jacket and threw those together. And then I also took the other half of that denim jacket and combined it with a wool jacket. These next few items are what I presented for the finals for the Sustainable Fashion Week contest. So this one was a shirt that I created a kind of jumpsuit culotte, and then these were jeans that I made into a dress, and this was the black jean corset top along with a circle skirt. And there is a tutorial for the circle skirt that you'll see later. And lastly, I covered some boots in black denim, and I love the way these turned out. Next up for the summer, I upcycled a dress that I'd already made. I removed the sleeves and I really loved the way it turned out. I also upcycled a pair of shoes. I added some pearl studs, and these are a favorite pair of shoes of mine. Then I took a quick vacation and I made these 2 outfits. No tutorial for them, but this is a free pattern from Mood, and I will post that below. Then next, I ended up heading over to New York for Sustainable Fashion Week. I made this shirt to wear while I was there. And then these are some of the upcycled designs that I produced for Sustainable Fashion Week. My entire line was created with denim jeans. I cut up over 200 pairs of denim jeans to create this line. I did everything from pants to jackets to shirts, skirts, you name it. Everything was presented here. I did a patchwork skirt that I really love the way it turned out. This piece used to be some overalls that I received from the House of Bav in New Jersey, and I will post their link below as well. And I turned it into a dress. These were really hot over the summer, those bell-bottom pants. And I also created a suit with ruffles, and I used some in shirts, and I loved putting together this collection. I put this collection together in about 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm super proud of the way it turned out. This one here is a tie skirt, and man, I tell you, it is one of my favorites. Once I was done with New York Fashion Week, I then went to Brooklyn for Fashion Week. Now, Brooklyn Fashion Week, I introduced these 2 men's pieces, and then I also added a few other pieces to the collection. So I did some wool jackets with denim mix. Then I took some of the pieces that I'd used for New York Fashion Week and I remixed them just a little bit. So you can see here, I put a corset top with that skirt as opposed to the jacket. And then this was one of my favorite pieces. I love the way it turned out. All of my designs were created from discarded textiles from either Zero Landfill here in Chicago or Share House here in Chicago. A lot of the jeans I got from them, and I cut those pockets off and created these beautiful jackets and skirts. These next 2 items I upcycled from original designs that I used in New York Fashion Week and added more patchwork to the designs. And here again, you see that ruffle piece. I wanted you to get another look at it. And lastly, this one with these fuzzy sleeves is so super cute. Next up, I worked on a collection for a girlfriend of mine who was in a fashion show locally. And she provided the pieces to me. And again, I used a little bit of my patchwork and some creativity to create these looks for her. Finally, I started working on some items for myself. So the tutorial for this is below. That was a couple of weeks ago. And then I also had a customer who wanted a patchwork jacket, and this was a men's patchwork jacket, which I love the way it came out. These are Ralph Lauren patches. And then I had a girlfriend who wanted a jacket like one I had created back in 2020. And so I recreated that for her. And you'll notice this one looks very familiar. I also recreated that camo collage for her as well. And then my patchwork dress, which so many of you all loved on Instagram, man, this one took me months to finish. And then I decided to take one of those corsets and pair it with a skirt and created that last dress. I also covered a pair of boots in some camo fabric, and I made a dress, a coat dress out of the camo fabric. I saw Halle Berry wearing this on Instagram and I thought it was so cute. I also did another upcycle with men's suits, and then I did this upcycle patchwork jeans and cropped jacket, which I do not have a tutorial for, but it is going to be on my Instagram page soon. And then last but not least, this mint coat. You'll see this one coming to a tutorial soon. When I look back on last year, I'm amazed at how much I accomplished in such a short period of time. So that's why I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do more than 60 upcycles or 60 creations for this coming year. I've already got 3 under my belt, and I can't wait to share those with you. Don't forget to tune in next week for the sew along. I will be creating the hazel coat by Mood. Now this pattern is a free download, which if you saw my video from last week, it is a free download from Mood Fabrics based in New York City. And the pattern is super easy, it's super versatile. I've made some changes to it and I wanna share that with you. So grab your fabric, print out that pattern, tape it together, cut it out, and join me next week when I make the hazel coat for myself. And I really love the way it turned out. In fact, you saw it was the last one in the video. So I'll see you next week. Until then, check out my other videos. Talk to you later. Bye.